Why did I say 10-4? I'm bugging.
You know why you said 10-4. You got the job on your brain.
Do it. Man, oh man. Yo, what a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Ah, switching it up on you, Hendo. Man,
Now
it's good to be seen, bro. I swear it is, man. And it's always good to see you, bro.
it's good to
It
see you as
is.
well. I don't know about the Mr. Rogers, but
Yo, you remember that? Yo, it was a part of our childhood, man. I ain't
it,
gonna hold you though. I watched them, but I ain't really watch them. How about you?
nah, listen. He was a little creepy to me, but trying to find out he was on the up and up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, most times when you see gentlemen of that nature,
Right.
they was doing some things they wasn't supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But apparently, Mr. Rogers was dead. Like he really, really loved kids.
Mm.
So you know what I mean. But my question to you is, when are you gonna come in here with ahoy crew members? Welcome aboard.
Hey,
Like you Captain Chesapeake.
it might be next. It
Okay.
might be next.
Okay.
Man, so it's good to be seen, as y'all know. The merch is out. Hendo is gonna have the link at the bottom. I'm gonna be wearing this, y'all. So like it or not, you gonna see your bro in this. This and disposable, the luxury of. But anyway, man, back by popular demand. We got another list coming, bro. We got another list. And I want to shout out to everybody that's been showing us love, man. This has been a journey. I'm enjoying every step of the way. And man, everybody is showing me love, man. Shout out to LBHT. Shout out to Sip and Tally. Shout out to my bros, man. I appreciate y'all. Speaking of which, oh, and my man OTR Mike. Salute to my guys, man. Salute to the bros. But man, we got a special guest today, Hendo.
Special how?
It's my bro, man.
What you mean by special? Ain't right in here special? Or happy
No,
to see him special?
happy to see him special.
Or can both be true at one time?
Uh-oh, here you go. Happy to see him, man.
Mm.
My bro. Ferris, man.
What's good,
What's
guys?
what's happening, bro?
Hey, man, I'm just living the dream, man. Just living the dream.
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah.
friends.
Yeah. You know what, Ferris? I don't think I told you this. But hanging in Hendo, right? We did one of the live episodes.
You told
And
me.
oh, okay.
Yeah, you
I'm-
told me.
Yeah. I'm gonna let the world know. Cause Hendo always say Dre. You say America, no, the globe. I'm gonna let them know. So hanging with Hendo, my catchphrase, good to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
So man, my bro Ferris was like, yo, you should make that a t-shirt. And so we did. So this is all because of my bro Ferris, man. Much love, man. And
I appreciate
people
it,
been
man.
buying them, man.
I
People
appreciate
been
it,
buying
man.
'em.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it, man. It's a great slogan, man. It's a wonderful mantra.
thank you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. The more we talk about it, man, people talk about like, oh man, I don't really care. But you know, you care. People don't know who, don't see you. But
Right.
we all care. We all care.
Yes, we
Everybody
do.
does.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Well, I guess Hendo giving us the look like, let's get on with the show.
I'm not giving y'all the look. Y'all do what y'all need to do.
Man.
I'll take any episode when I don't gotta talk. I'm cool.
Hmm.
Well, unfortunately, you got to, because you're going to tell us the good or the bad news. My fingers are crossed that this list is better than the list before. Now, if y'all don't know what we're talking about, we did a top 30 MC list. If y'all haven't heard, y'all haven't seen, look at the episodes. Check us out. We did the list. And just like that, we're going to do another list, but this time it's the top 30 rap groups of all times. Now again, our disclaimer. We invited the world to participate, right?
Not really.
Uh-oh.
Not technically. Theoretically, it was supposed to be for your patrons.
This is true. Man, all of my patrons, man, I appreciate y'all showing me love. I appreciate that because you are the guys that compiled this extraordinary list that we are so happy and elated to see and hear what it is. Right, Hendo?
I don't know if y'all gonna be happy and elated, but I will tell you this: the list is at least 10 times better than that top 30 MC list. It's a couple that slid in there in the end. And like you said, your man Jose and Brady, it's they almost helped one dude. I think one dude was like a couple spots away from the top 30. But did he make it? Nah, he didn't make it. But yeah, it was close. It was close. Yuck.
Oh Lord.
I haven't seen the list. I haven't seen the list either.
So
man.
okay, all right. So it was two of them. One of them they helped get to 33. And another one they helped get to number 30.
Oh.
But I will admit, when we get to number 30, I'll admit when I first read it before I started calculating the numbers, and how we did it was we took a list of all the participants, averaged them out, and if there were someone that didn't vote for them, they automatically got a score of 31. So there were only five groups that got all votes. Just 5 of them.
The top 5.
No,
not the top 5.
Not the top 5.
Oh, okay.
One of them, top 4, and the 5th one came in at number 10. Right. So once they got number 30 in, I went back and listened to a couple of their tracks, and it brought the nostalgia back, and I was like, all right, I'm not as upset as I was when I first saw the names before I tallied up the votes. But we'll get to that.
All right. Well, let's start with 30.
Well, we're gonna start off first with honorable mentions.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna start with this honorable mentions. Like I said, it was a really, really close race. But before we start off with the honorable mentions, listen, we have to pay homage. We have to look into the past and see where mistakes were made and pay homage. So right now, before we start this honorable mention off, I'm gonna hit you with a classic.
Hey, bro, can we talk about how he's wearing a Balenciaga mouthpiece? That's the weirdest. Like, I didn't know they made mouthpieces.
Me neither.
I didn't either. Yeah.
He got it custom made.
Yeah.
All right. Now, once we got to number 25, from 25 on up to 36, it was a really tight race. Like, it was razor thin. So, first honorable mention is going to be 2 Live Crew.
Man,
coming in with an average position of 28.88. You didn't sound too happy first.
Nah, man. Nah, bro. They top 30, man. They top 30. Nah, bro.
They were 30-ish.
Yeah, man. They should have been on this list. All right, they should have been on this list because we talked about skill, impact, versatility. They're extremely versatile. Not every song sounded alike. They all had the similar Miami disco dance party vibe. It's true. But their impact was tremendous. So impactful that they were being sued by what can you say, what can't you say, how raunchy can you get, and like they weren't raunchy just to be raunchy. They were raunchy and the music was good. It wasn't some BS. Like it was good music. It was raunchy. The parental advisement sticker that is on every single rap album, they are the reason it was created. Impact.
I agree with you on most of that first, but versatility was not one of their strong suits.
I find it all the music sounded the same. Okay, fine, that's true. They all, okay, all right, it was all southern disco, dance party music. I get it, but man, but like they go hard, bro. They go hard, and I don't know what I had them on my list. Man.
Yeah, I think you were one of the ones that helped get them up this far.
Yeah.
To be quite honest with you, I think you helped them get this far. But you got anything to say about them, Dre?
Yeah, man. I love 2 Live Crew. I I think they should have been on the top 30 for sure.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just for what Farrah said, man. The impact of the culture. Even if they were 30, I would have been good at that. But that impact, the parental advisory sticker. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and your boy going all the way to Congress fighting. That was crazy, man. He put hip hop in a whole nother realm. It made people pay attention, and that's what we do in the hip hop culture. When they try to ignore us,
right,
we make them listen. We are the E.F. Hutton, right?
Yeah. Also, too, like their connection with the University of Miami in the sports apparel.
All right, so next up, we're going to. We're not going to talk about the University of Miami. Cut that nonsense, son. I'm sorry. Go ahead first.
Yeah. So my thing was, it showed them the power of the rapper. They made the University of Miami, popular, popping in that sense because they were wearing their gear, and it kept going towards the 90s. Anything that a rapper said in their song or what they wore or what they drank popped off. Cavassier popped off when Biggie Smalls, well, not Biggie Smalls, when Busta Rhymes said pass the Cavassier. Tanqueray, me and Dr. Dre got a bottle of Tanqueray. Tanqueray sales went up the roof. And this was the first instance of that. Rappers realizing how much power they have in the commercial side. Because that's what happened with the University. They became cool. They became bad boys in a sense that kind of that way. And rappers were like, I got power. And that sense.
Yeah, and Luke was actually showing them how to do it because he was paying players off.
It's fine. Players
that's illegal. That's illegal. That's illegal to pay for players. Give them money, especially back then. It was illegal. He was paying for everything for them.
I never thought it should have been illegal in the first place, so I don't think he broke any law. If a law that's now legal was illegal back then, it was never that bad.
Are you for certain of this?
Yeah, well, back in the day, marijuana was punishable by many years in prison. Now, in multiple states, it's legal.
And the key phrase is multiple states.
Mm-hmm.
That law hasn't been abolished. So you go into the wrong state, you're going to do time.
That's true. And federally, you're right about that. But still, the kids deserve the money. They make millions upon millions of dollars for these schools. Oh, fine.
I'm sorry, that was by mistake. I didn't mean to do that. That was actually by mistake. But
no, you're good.
But coming in with an average position of 28.22, you got Onyx, you got Fredro Starr, Sticky Fingers, the dark skinned dude, and the dude that don't nobody know about.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Why you
it's true.
Oh man, because you ain't never lied.
You're right.
That's how it's always been. Unless, if you want to be comical about it, you could have just called the dark skinned dude the dude from Moesha.
How about that? He do favor him. Yeah.
So one of them is the late Big DS. And the other guy is Suave. Sorry, Suave. Suave. So he was named after the shampoo.
This is why rappers shouldn't pay for kids to go to college.
Yeah. No, and
these
then
are the reasons.
Sticky Fingers joined in '91. He's actually the newest member. So in that sense, yeah. But yeah, it's Fredo Starr is the guy people know about, and him and Sticky
because he's an actor.
Yeah.
Well, and a little actor.
Yeah. Well, also too, Big DS passed away unfortunately, so he's not with us no longer. Yeah.
We'll get a lot of that on this list, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Now I want to say this. When I first heard them, that throw your hands in the air, it was extra gritty. We ain't seen nothing like it. Or let me backtrack. Was Wu out? Because Wu kind of brought that feeling to hip hop. It was Wu-ish.
Same year.
I'm gonna disagree a little bit. I'm gonna say Onyx was the hip hop version of rock and roll.
Okay.
When people heard Onyx, they wanted the mosh pit. You want to bang your head and rock and get violent and all that stuff. To me, they were rock and roll. They were hip hop's version of rock and roll. Didn't have many hits and fell off, but But actually, I saw something with your Method Man. He was talking about them, like he was in a booth with him. And I think Fredro, I think it was Fredro or Sticky. One of them was talking about they could out rap him or they out rapped him on the track. And Meth was like, man, that was the time I was really high and I wrote stuff down in like 2 minutes. But yeah, apparently they supposed to be nicer than we know. Because we've had the conversations about a lot of these MCs having to dumb their lyrics down because the label wanted them to put out radio cuts and they never could really show their skills. So all the time we joking these guys like, they ain't nothing. Some of them dudes actually can spit.
Yeah. And I will say the star of that particular group was Sticky. Sticky was saying some ill stuff, man. He truly was. But how do y'all feel about them missing the list?
Because if Hendo said 25 to 33 were like tight as hell, and we're doing like decibels, like the back end of this list, I'm gonna be real with you. Like hip hop, there's specific groups that are gonna be on everybody's list, really. But like and then towards the back end of these lists, it's all preference. It's all preference. Because when you say Onyx, I think of two songs: Shifty, Slam, and I think of a certain feeling they give me. I'm ready to like punch somebody in the face. I'm ready to cold cock somebody. It's like straight up. Like I'm ready. Cause I'm in this radio class, right? And one of the most profound things ever said in this class was my teacher. He said, audio, any audio thing, music, podcast, whatever, it actually enters the body. So when we listen to this music, the onyx enters our body, rattles in our ear canal, and passes through us. So it affects us. Like in here, it literally affects us. So when Onyx, like that feeling of like I'm ready to sock somebody in the jaw, that's the music it's making you feel. That ready to mosh pit, that just jump around and have fun. It's in us. It's flowing through us, and it's a feel. It's a certain feeling I get when I listen to Onyx. When I'm angry, I tend to put them on.
So what you're saying to me is 2 songs don't put you in the top 30 of all time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I mean, that's what I get from it.
Yeah,
like when you said how do I feel about it, like they may have had a third song or some,
they have it's back the fuck up, that's the album, and it's pretty much that's it.
And I wouldn't even say it was the album, because I don't think
it was 2 songs.
I don't think near one of us could listen to that from front to back.
Yeah, it's
no
just
skip.
I concur.
It's shifty and slam. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Let's move on to next in the honorable mentions. Some people may feel a certain way about them. I, on the other hand, I don't, because my man M said it best. But I'll leave it up to y'all. Coming in with an average position of 28.11, we got Brand Nubian, and I'm pretty sure I heard Dre I heard him let out some air. How you feel about that, Dre?
I love Brand Nubian, bro. Now, I will say this. They don't have many hits. But fashion-wise, because of Brand Nubian, I was wearing Jabols. Man, we were all wearing the rugbies. That was because of those brothers. You know what I mean? But lyrically, I feel like Grand Poobah was the guy. And for whatever reason, like many groups, they split up. And that was the end. That was the beginning of the end. Now, Lord Jamar and Sadat X, they were cool, man, but together, they was like, it's like peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean? You can't have one without the other. It's like you said about your group EPMD. You get what I mean?
Right.
And I think that's what it was, man. But I absolutely love those guys.
The reason I can't stop laughing is, and this is not a shot against anybody, but if you feel a certain way, I couldn't care less. Like I said, aside from your man Grand Poobah, if Eminem had to put him back on the map, Lord Jamar, ain't that. Sadat X, no. What I'm saying is, most people would have saw that group and wouldn't have been able to name them. They'd have been like Grand Poobah and those 2 guys. I'm surprised you knew Sadat X. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. Because it was all. Because even if you were mildly familiar, it was Grand Poobah, Lord Jamal, and that other guy. But I ain't gonna front. I rock with all of their verses on Slow Down.
Yes.
You know, and One for All.
One for All. Yep.
Was it anything else that they had?
It was only All for One. That was the only album. That was the only album.
Not the album. We talk about singles.
Singles.
Yeah. No. So it's All for One, Slow Down, and I think it's
one more.
Wake Up, Reprise in the Sunshine.
Sunshine. Everybody love the sunshine.
Yeah, everybody sampled that.
Yeah, True indeed. That song.
So was it actually that song, or was it the sample?
It was pretty much the sample, maybe.
Probably. But I mean, so they could have done a lot better. But you know, and we, especially nowadays when we have all of the social media and the applications that go behind the scenes on groups and everything, and it shows you how back then in a group you always had somebody like, yo, you the hot one, you make the group, we want to sign you to a solo deal. You know what I mean? You can always do your thing with whomever, but we want to sign you to a solo deal. And that's what happened with Grand Poobah. Maybe he didn't want to leave his homeboys, but he was like, yo, I could possibly get like $2 million. And especially for back then, I can get $2 million to do my own solo. I ain't leaving a group. Right. But you know what I mean? And then another thing that tended to break groups up back then was you always had the one smart individual. Well, I don't want to call him smart, just the one that was more business savvy. Let's say it like that, like with EPMD. You know, Parrish was more into the production side of things. You know what I mean? So that's why, and I keep bringing this up, your man was like, you drive a Corvette, I drive a Samurai Suzuki, because he could only afford a Samurai Suzuki because he was only a musician. Parrish was the one with the publishing deals and all that other stuff. That's why he had the big house and the nice cars. So you always got that one that's a little bit more business savvy, and then the other one looking at them like, yo, why you not sharing that money? But if I'm writing songs and I'm producing the music, why should I share a cut of that with you when all you doing is rapping?
Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
No complaints here. My bad first.
No. Anytime you see Lord Jamal, he's on like some type of Vlad TV multi-part video, and you're like, okay. That's the way most people know him, as that guy who's only on Vlad TV. They don't know the man used to rap.
Well, the fact that Eminem put him on blast.
Yeah, that too. But like, you know, because their group is a specific snapshot in rap music at that time, where everyone was hyper conscious, borderline militant, if you think about it, and like Sadat X, and some of them were a part of the NOI, like him. So like they were hyper aware of how they rapped, what image they were giving off of, you know what I mean? And then they kind of transitioned, you know, and it kept transitioning. But you know, they were together and they broke up. They didn't have a long longevity. They didn't, you know, that one album, 3 hits. Probably, you know, it happens a lot with these groups, man. You know, back in the day, somebody did something that pissed somebody off, and now they're no longer together. And it just be like that, you know. It was like dead presidents, you know what I mean? They said some stuff, you know. I got some words from Jose and how like they were talking real revolution, and in this case, you know, same thing with the certain people, the certain rappers in this period of rap, like Brand Nubian, they were talking revolution in a sense, but you know, not like does actually do it, but like just talking about it.
Yo, who was your people that was always like Dan Glorious?
X Clan.
That's who it was.
Yes, X Clan.
That's who it was.
Yeah.
So what was your? Tell me, both of y'all, what were your favorite Grand Poobah tracks?
Solo. None.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. I've never listened to Grand Poobah solo.
No, you ain't like what goes around comes back around again.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
What goes around comes back around again.
But no, his probably most famous solo stuff was the track he did with Mary J. Blige. Was the 411.
Yeah, that exactly. So you know, man, and you know what? Fans brought up Dead Prez. I did not have them bros on the list. I'm mad at myself because those guys were pretty dope.
Hot, hip hop.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Some people
Yeah.
had him on there.
Yeah, I know somebody did.
All right, I'm gonna let something be known. These guys weren't on the group, but they were on there. They were running neck and neck with Dead Prez. Boot Camp Click.
Mm.
They were
Yeah.
running neck and neck with them, but both of them did not make this list.
Wow.
It ain't a while. Like, yo, it's only 30 slots.
True that.
Somebody told us we couldn't get 50.
Mm-hmm.
I got 36 right here with a whole list of at least 35 other names that could have been on this list. But we did 30 and it ain't nothing. So this group coming up here, this is the group that Jose and Brodney tried to push into the top 30.
Okay.
By giving them high rankings.
Okay.
Me personally, I was shocked and hurt and offended because I'm like, yo, I respect these brothers and their musical choice, but top 30 for this? But y'all might agree with them. You know me. Coming in with the average rank of 27.88. We got DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. What, Dre, you thought they was gonna be in the top 30?
Oh, they on in the top 30.
No, this is still honorable mention, B.
Oh, I was going to say. No, I have no beef with that. Next up. Even though I love Jazzy Jeff, man. I love Jazzy Jeff.
You love Jazzy Jeff and you love Summertime.
And I love Summertime.
Hey man, I ain't
gonna hold you.
Rock the Room. Pretty damn good track.
Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. A brand new funk.
Brand new
It made me look at Will Smith a little bit differently back then. I was like, he ain't hard, but okay. Okay. Or maybe it was the beat.
Again, it was DJ Jazzy Jeff, man. To me, it's like Eric B and Rakim, right? Rakim is phenomenal, but Eric B production
Facts.
is man, and that's how it was to me with I'm no way, shape, or form comparing them to, because
of course, I got you.
Yeah, but Jazzy, man, that production, man. Will had no choice but to shine on them joints.
Hey man,
damn, that make me wish that Eric B and Rakim made this list.
Oh, say it ain't so.
I'm just kidding. They may have. They may not have. I'm not saying. I just like playing with y'all.
Nah, man. I'm gonna be real with you, man. They should be on this list.
They may be. Who? Who we talking about? Who's the maybe?
DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. No, because if you think about it, man. They was a part of the early. Yeah, man. They were the first people to win a Grammy for the Rap Awards. You know, they were part of that protest. Were they? No, they weren't. They weren't.
No. My point to you first. See, Farrah, it's a little bit different. I'm not gonna say. So here's the thing, first. So when you want to make a point about, okay, we want to include these people in an award show, let's get the safest person we can give it to.
That's true. Good point. You have a good point.
Not the best person, the safest. Who do we feel safe with in our auditorium?
Will Smith.
Who do we feel safe with getting an award from a presenter?
Yes.
So they thought.
But here's the two. You know, Summertime is a hit. That's true. But you know, also, you know, the theme song to the Fresh Prince was actually a single first. They used it for the TV show, so it was actually a single first.
Yes.
And then Boom Shake the Room, as well as Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble and Parents Don't Understand. They spoke to a certain piece of people in a certain generation. They had a good track. I'm not saying high on this list. I'm not saying extremely high. But if they made it to like 30, 29, I wouldn't have been mad.
First, they did speak to a certain demographic. They spoke to the demographic whose parents are like, stop listening to that nonsense. Okay, y'all can listen to that. That's the only way that he worked. Parents allowed us to listen to
What's wrong with that?
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. So the problem that I run into is when people say, and it's not for all of them, when people say, oh man, they deserve to be on the list. It's quite possible that they deserve to be on there, but you got to think about the people that are before them. It's not that they didn't make the list. It's just maybe the people that came before them maybe are a little bit doper.
I agree. But if they did make the list, I wouldn't be mad.
I would be. I would be terribly upset. All right, we got 2 more left in honorable mentions.
Yeah, we still honorable mentions?
Yeah, bro. With 6 of them boys. G Unit coming into the average position of 27.66.
Wow.
I know that. I know. And listen, I know this person hurts Dre.
Yeah.
You thought they should have been in the top 30?
Yes. Low in the 30s, but top 30. You know what I mean?
What you mean low in the 30s? They all low in the 30s.
I mean, like 25 and lower. You know, but they should have been in the top
so
30.
So okay, you give 50 his props, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Young Buck had a track or two.
Young Buck is a spitter.
Right, but he had a track or two.
Facts.
Nobody listens to Tony Yayo.
Yeah, and he got bars. That's crazy. I don't know if it's his voice.
No one knew Tony Yayo existed in the first place.
He's just not been marketed correctly. Then you got Lloyd Banks.
We got Lloyd Banks.
Lloyd Banks has a couple of bangers. Like Lloyd Banks got bars too. But I just mean overall style, versatility, reach as a group outside of 50. Do you really think they belong in the upper echelon of the 20s?
And maybe it's me because y'all know I love 50.
Hold on,
I'm biased.
Oh, you love who?
50.
Oh, so you don't love G Unit, you love 50.
I mean, those dudes are dope, but I love 50. So I am biased. So I got you. You pulled my card on that one.
Because I know you, bruh.
Yeah.
All right, last honorable mention. I don't know how some people gonna feel about this. An average position of 27.
What?
Black Star, Tyler Kali, and Yasin Bey, aka Most Def. And see, I don't know Ferris as well as I know you, but I know what part of this has to do with why Ferris is upset about this. But I'm not gonna say. But I know why part of this is.
Go ahead, Ferris.
Am I wrong, Ferris?
Well, what is it? What are you about to say?
What do you normally say about certain basketball players, certain boxers? Why they're your favorites?
Okay,
Yasin Bey.
They Muslim? No. See, here's the thing. I didn't know Most Def was Muslim before I was. It's a bonus, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, it was but we are Black Star, man. I think this is like G Unit. I think this is like G Unit. I think so. I think it's
You got Most Def, and then you got the other guy.
No. Talib Kweli, no. Talib Kweli fire. He fired, bro. They
On
fired.
the low, he is.
He on the low, he fired. They have an album. That's the issue. It's one album. It's that one album. A lot of these groups have that one album.
But sometimes that one album can make that impact.
Exactly, like a certain group that I think I know where they are, and I think we all agree on who that is. But yeah, well, Black Star, man, it's the collective that they were a part of, the Native Tongues Collective. It was like them, Queen Latifah, Jungle Boys, Tribe, and Moni Love, and Common as well. I fell in love with all of them, and it's a certain vibe, a certain aesthetic.
Are you just adding people?
No.
Are you adding people to Native Tongue, sir?
Those are the people. Those are the people.
Really?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I could be wrong. I believe back when they were Native Tongue and all that going on, I believe Common was common sense, and he had no proclivity to being a conscious rapper. He was on that silly shit back then.
That's a good point.
He was on that.
No. I say that because Common's on respiration. You know, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Just because you on something don't mean you're a part of it.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is probably like a G Unit thing with me, because personally, I love this group. I love that album. We Are Black Star, front to back. But you know,
I mean, it's a fire album.
Yeah, but yeah, So I guess that's it, man.
I like Talib. He's cool, but it's something about Yasin.
Yeah, Yasin,
aka Most Def, man. He's amazing, man. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't pay him attention until he went solo.
Thanks,
man. And it's rare for a rapper to pull off singing, and you dig it,
right?
I mean, come on, man. How many outside of the guy behind me? How many people could do it?
Come on, Long Hill, son.
But man, that tomorrow may never come. You know, I was waking up to that on the weekend. So I love Yasin Bey. Phenomenal actor. We talked about him in previous episodes. Man, check him out. Shameless plug, but check him out.
Facts. Listen, once again, yeah, when he went solo, that's when I became a Mos Def fan. But I ain't gonna hold you. I wasn't the biggest. I was like Talib Kweli till I heard the blast. Bruh.
Yeah.
Just the beat, the flow. I got that song in rotation. Like I said, I ain't the biggest Talib fan, but I keep that song in rotation. So, you know, if they do a reunion and maybe put out something hot, they maybe can jump up a little bit.